What is up, you guys? My name is Aubrey and this is my channel, and today we're going to be discussing the EIDL Cash Advance and Grant program because, as you guys know, on Monday the SBA announced they were going to be ending this program and that they were no longer going to be dispersing funds through the EIDL program in the form of grants and cash advances. And so this left a lot of people, including myself, in the dark on whether or not individuals who applied last week would be receiving their EIDL funds. And so I have an update for you guys on that front, and I can give you an answer to that question, at least hopefully an answer that will appease most of you. In addition, we will also be talking about some of the frequently asked questions that I've been continuing to get on a number of my videos, and so I will be addressing that today. So let's get started. So let's first talk about the end to the EIDL Grant and Cash Advance program. So as you guys know, on Monday, the SBA announced that they were ending this program, and though they're ending the program for the cash advances and the grants, they are not ending the loan program, meaning that if you are somebody who has not applied and you would like to have access to the EIDL program, you can still apply, but you just will not be getting that free cash advance or the grant. You will only be eligible for the loan portion, which does have to be paid back, but there are really favorable terms to the loan, and so depending on your financial situation, it could be a good move to apply and accept that loan if you're offered it. And I created a video on this on Monday, and at the time that I created that video, I was not sure what the answer to that question was. In fact, at the time, my gut was telling me that somebody who applied last week would probably not get the cash advance or the grant. And it seems like as of today, Wednesday, July 15th, that people who applied last week are still eligible for the cash advance, meaning that you could still get that cash advance. Now, I have heard from a couple of different reps that I've spoken to that there will be a final disbursement of funds over the next couple of days. And it seems like if you are somebody who does not receive the grant by the end of this week, then you will not be receiving it at all. And so if you're somebody who applied in the last week and you have not received that yet, I would definitely keep a really close eye on your bank account over the next couple of days, and by the end of the week, if you had not received that yet, then chances are you will not be receiving that. But definitely keep an eye out on that bank account, keep an eye on your email and see if you get anything from the SBA, because if you get an update on the cash advance, it will be happening in the next couple of days, 100%. But this only applies to the people who applied on Friday before the application was taken down temporarily, meaning that if you are somebody who applied after Friday and you applied and that opt-in box was not visible during your application process, you are most likely somebody who will not be receiving the cash advance. So again, if you are somebody who applied for the EIDL program on Friday or before Friday, before the application was temporarily taken down, then chances are you are going to receive the EIDL cash advance if you are eligible for it. On the flip side, if you're somebody who applied after Friday, meaning you applied today, you applied yesterday, you applied on Monday, you will not be receiving the cash advance. The only offer you will be receiving is the loan. Now, I do want to preface this by saying that so often I'm getting comments on my videos of people who are mad about the fact that they did not receive the cash advance. And a lot of times their verbiage is something along the lines of, this is fake news, I didn't receive the cash advance, or she's a liar, I never received the cash advance. And I've talked about this a lot in a lot of my videos, and I want to reiterate it here, is that the cash advance is not guaranteed. Just because you apply does not mean you're going to get it. You still have to meet eligibility requirements, and there are a number of different requirements that dictate whether or not you are eligible for the cash advance. And so just because you applied before Friday does not mean you're 100% going to get it. It just means that you are potentially eligible to get it. And so I do want you all to keep that in mind, is that if you do not receive the grant, it is because you were not eligible for it, and that applying for it does not guarantee your eligibility. Now, the same goes for letters of reconsiderations. If you are somebody who submitted a letter of reconsideration for the cash advance and you submitted that before Friday, there is a chance that you could still be receiving it. But if you do not receive that cash advance by the end of this week, your chances of receiving it are going to go down dramatically and possibly all the way down to zero. And so this final disbursement does not only apply to the cash advance that are given out from the application, but also cash advances that are given out by letters of reconsiderations as well. Now for the frequently asked questions. So I have received a lot of the same questions over and over again, one of which is, does the government accept Cash App for the EIDL loan? And the answer to that is no. If you are somebody that is using Cash App as your only form of a bank, I would highly encourage you to look into finding a real bank. There are real FDIC insured banks that are app-based or mobile-based that are really good options to turn to, but Cash App is a peer-to-peer money sharing app. It is not a bank. And so no, the government does not allow you to get your funds through Cash App. And if you're somebody who uses Cash App exclusively, I would highly encourage you to look into another alternative option. I will be doing a video on this in the next couple of weeks talking about the difference between Cash App and Venmo and why these things are not a substitute for a bank account. But no, you cannot use Cash App for the EIDL loan or the EIDL cash advance. Next is the question of how do I know if the funds that I got were the grant or the loan? And this is often referring to people who look in their bank account, they see that they got a random deposit from the SBA and they're not sure whether or not this is the loan or whether it's the grant. And my answer to that question is if you got the loan offer, you will know that it's a loan. Like you have to agree to terms, you have to sign documents. The loan just doesn't appear into your account because you applied. So if you're somebody who applied for the EIDL program and you really didn't do anything, you didn't sign any documents and you had a deposit from the SBA hit your bank account, that is the grant. But if you're somebody who signed documents, you had to agree to terms and conditions, and then you had a deposit made to your bank account, that would be the loan. But my kind of rule of thumb is if you're somebody who accepted the loan, you'll know that you accepted the loan. I think that it's very, very difficult to accidentally accept the loan offer, and you will not do that by mistake. Like it's something that you have to do intentionally. So if all you did was apply for the EIDL program and then you got a deposit made to your bank account, chances are that is the grant, and that is the portion of the EIDL program that you do not have to pay back. Now, I know that there's a lot of frustration around the fact that this program is over, and I definitely share that frustration with you all. You know, this program was implemented back in March, but the actual amount of time that it was open and accepting applicants was really about a month, maybe 6 weeks max. And that's really frustrating because I feel like the government made it so that a lot of people didn't know this program existed, and once they realized it existed, it was almost too late. And I feel for all of you who applied and were not approved or applied too late, and as a result, you will not be receiving a cash advance or a grant. But I will definitely be keeping this channel up to date with all stimulus content that's to come. If the EIDL program gets any more funds through this next round of stimulus money, I will certainly give you guys an update. And I will also continue to update on things like PPP, PUA, and any sort of stimulus check that could be heading your way. As you guys know, PPP was extended until August 8th, and so for some business owners, this is a really great option to turn to for some extra cash flow. I have a video where I walk you through the process of applying for this, and that can be found above. I will also link that in the description below as well, but I will definitely be keeping you all up to date. I would love to hear your thoughts and your comments on the EIDL program. Are you somebody who received the EIDL grant and cash advance after the portal was closed? If so, I would love to hear that because I've been hearing more and more people have been receiving the funds this week. And so despite the fact that the portal is closed, they have been receiving funds, and I think that you will continue to see that through this week. But again, if you do not receive the funds by the end of this week, chances are you probably will not be receiving any funds at all, at least not in the form of a cash advance. But you guys, I appreciate you like always. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.